Why are postmodern buildings so stale and depressing? It wasn't always this way. Think of palaces that took decades to build. Think of Barcelona, Chicago, Venice, San Francisco, Paris, or Kyoto. The perception that postmodern and modern buildings are often stale and depressing compared to older architecture is not just in your head. Here are some reasons we think might help explain it. Cost and efficiency. Modern construction often prioritizes cost-effectiveness, speed of construction, and flexibility for future uses. This leads to minimalist designs that use materials like concrete, glass, and steel, which are cheaper and quicker to assemble than ornate stonework or detailed woodwork. Buildings today are frequently designed with a shorter lifespan in mind, focusing on return on investment rather than longevity or aesthetic permanence. Standardization. Developers and builders often use standardized plans for economic reasons. This results in repetitive, uniform structures like strip malls or office blocks that lack individuality and local character. Modernist ideology. Modernism, which influenced postmodern architecture, saw ornament as unnecessary, advocating for form follows function. This led to a shift away from decorative elements towards simplicity and utility. Postmodernism, while reacting to modernism's austerity, often did so with irony or by playing with forms in ways that might not appeal universally. Aesthetic preferences. There's a cultural shift where the appreciation for traditional beauty has been somewhat replaced by admiration for innovation or shock value in architecture. However, this does not resonate with everyone, leading to a sense that modern architecture lacks the warmth or human scale of older buildings. Cultural and social changes, including urbanization and population growth. The need for quick, scalable housing and commercial spaces due to rapid urbanization has favored mass-produced, less characterful buildings. Loss of craftsmanship. Traditional buildings often benefited from skilled craftsmanship that took time and care in detailing. Modern construction techniques, while efficient, often do not allow for the same level of detailed work due to different labor economics and building codes. Psychological impact and human interaction. Older buildings often incorporated elements that relate to human proportions and facilitated social interaction, like street-facing windows or detailed facades. Modern buildings, especially in commercial areas, can feel alienating due to their scale and lack of human-oriented design. Visual monotony. The repetitive nature of modern urban landscapes can induce a sense of boredom or disengagement, as suggested by psychological research into environmental impacts on mood and behavior. Material use and aesthetics. Modern materials like concrete, glass, and steel, while functional, often lack the warm, varied textures and colors of traditional materials like wood, brick, or stone. This can contribute to the perception of coldness or lack of personality in modern architecture. Regulatory and zoning issues. Modern buildings are often shaped by zoning laws and building codes that prioritize safety, parking, and accessibility over aesthetic or community values. These regulations can sometimes result in generic architectural solutions that prioritize compliance over design. Finally, here's a take from an actual real estate developer who we interviewed for this video. We now must adhere to onerous building codes and seek approval from dozens of local governing bodies prior to breaking ground on a design we fancy. And we're bombarded with the need for permits and prescribed specs for a cement foundation and sent on a demoralizing, lengthy hunt for stamps on expensive drafted plans that meet these codes. We are left with a very stale, dispassionate result that will withstand an earthquake, but impart absolutely nothing to the environment it inhabits. What do you think about the gradual shift in design in postmodern living? Do you see occasional glimmers of hope, or do you remain hopeless? Please let us know in the comments, and like and subscribe.